What's up, everyone? This is FP6 bringing you some more Timeless Cup practice videos. This video was originally going to be a Haunter feature, but as you will quickly see, I suck with Haunter, and it definitely doesn't help that my Haunter is ranked like 3,000 or something. It has absolutely horrible PvP IVs. There is kind of a debate on whether or not you actually need Legacy Haunter within this Timeless Cup. Sludge Bomb also could work fairly decent, but in all the matchups that I bring in Haunter, it performs pretty horribly. As you're seeing in this first matchup right here, I try to go for the Shadow Punch bait, but it doesn't work out, and then I end that scenario down a shield and lost the lead advantage, so very bad there. These battles are against my friend Fonzie17. You can see our teams up on the screen there. So there are a bunch of matches within this video where I bring in Meganium and it performs very well as my starter. Really, I'm just trying out some new Pokemon within this team of 6, just so you guys can see some new matchups, not always my same line of 6 every single video. Celio is a very good pick for this cup. Again, I still believe it is the safer pick compared to Lapras because you don't have to rely nearly as much on landing successful baits. So definitely a very safe option, but I really enjoy the defense boost that you can get from Lapras. So that's why I'm normally keeping that in my line of 6. Here you can see I'm just going straight for body slam spam, which is pretty much Celio's like main role in this cup, is just to continuously pressure shields with that body slam. Absolutely ridiculous. So here's an interesting scenario right here. He's got a Purified Dragonair, so I'm assuming this is going to be return. I am down a shield, but because Meganium is so ridiculously bulky, I know I can win this match if I get, or not if I'm going to win this match. Don't know if I'm going to win, but if I successfully get the bait there, the Frenzy Plant bait, which worked out, but then he's able to get to a return, which is just barely enough damage to take me out. I knew the only winning scenario there would be if I were to land an Earthquake, and since he had a shield left, I tried to go for the bait there. But don't worry, there's lots of matches coming up where Meganium performs ridiculously well. I think Meganium is an amazing choice for your starter in this cup if you don't want to run a Razor Leafer. I also have Legacy Ninetales on my team of 6 here as my fire type. But the fire types in this cup, I don't feel like have a whole lot of use. There's so many ground types and water types running around that it's very easily to get walled. Nice thing with Ninetales is at least it has that Psyshock to provide some neutral damage on a lot of stuff. But that's why I most of the time run Blaziken as my starter, because of the counter damage that it's able to output. You can see Celio is just going to town with these body slams yet again, doing a decent amount of damage to Skuntank. Skuntank is not very tanky. Able to get to this body slam again, which pressures that last shield. We actually end up CMP tying there. And I'm okay with just letting Celio go at this point because it gave me a shield advantage. And because in this particular team of 6, I'm not running a Purified Dragonair, I see this as an opportunity to farm up even more energy with my Dragonair. See what he ends up bringing in. It's his own Dragonair, and because it is Purified, I am not in a great situation here. But my thought process here is I'm going to shield, and I'm going to keep a Dragon Pulse banked up in the back and switch into my Meganium and try to farm down this Dragonair as much as possible. It's going to be pretty rough though. Vine Whip does not do a whole lot of damage and it's resisted. So I'm seeing how much Dragon Breath is shredding me, and I'm just like, alright, I'm just going to go for the Frenzy Plant, hoping that what he has in the back is weak to Meganium, and it ends up being Kingdra. So this Frenzy Plant is going to do a lot of damage. It's only neutral, but Frenzy Plant is such a strong move. And then I'm able to farm it down with my Vine Whips and take that match. And I still had a lot of energy banked in my Dragonair in the back there, which is really good. Awesome. Let's see. So I lead with Ice Fang Drapion this time, which again is a very solid option for this cup. This is a match you do not want to be in though against Lapras, so gonna have to switch out there. I feel like Celio is a pretty decent like safe switch option as well. You're going to lose to the grass types obviously, but if you can get an energy advantage, you can at least pressure shields with a lot of body slams, or you'll be at such an energy advantage that you can, if you can land an Aurora Beam, it'll flip that matchup. Let me know if you guys have experimented with using Celio as a safe switch option. I think just because it can get to those body slams, it's a pretty nice option there. So we're against Lapras here, and this is always a very interesting matchup. You have to correctly shield the Skull Bash if you want to win out this scenario. And I actually commit both shields to my Celio here because I'm wanting to either pressure his shields or I'm just going to be able to store a lot of energy off of this Lapras. I farmed up extra there since he just threw a Skull Bash. I knew he wasn't going to be able to get to another one. This is not going to be a Skull Bash, just going to be a Surf, which I can handle very well. And I have a good amount of energy saved up now, but I'm down 2 shields. Perfectly okay with me though, because I know I'm going to be able to draw some shields with this Celio now and kind of even out the playing field again. So we can see I'm going straight for the body slams here. This is definitely going to do a lot of damage to Skuntank, put on the pressure for sure. I'm out of shields, so this crunch is going to take me out. But that is okay. Drapion is a decent answer to Skuntank because I believe his Skuntank is running Crunch and Sludge Bomb. So I'm going to be resisting everything while doing neutral damage back to him with my Ice Fang and Aqua Tail here. I draw out the last shield because, again, we actually ended up CMP tying there. If this Skuntank was running Flamethrower, it would have a much better matchup in this situation. But then I bring in my Dragonair to try to farm down more energy here, and because I'm running Dragon Pulse, I switched it in, got an energy advantage, and I'm going to be able to get to this Dragon Pulse to be able to finish that Dragonair. And I believe, well, I have a tournament today, and I have actually switched over from using my Purified Dragonair into a really high rank Dragonair that I have, and I'm going to be running Dragon Pulse on that, so we'll see how that plays out. I just love the fact that Dragon Pulse threatens shields, and if they don't shield, it's going to do an insane amount of damage. So here's an amazing matchup here. You get to watch my Haunter do absolutely nothing. Again, my PvP IVs on this are so bad that I'm not able to play out scenarios how they should end up going. So I failed to land the Shadow Ball there. I shield, I'm hoping I can at least get to another Shadow Punch, but that doesn't even happen either. So absolutely horrible. I do not want to commit a shield here because I'm pretty sure that Ice Shard would still feint me. But at least we're equal in shields at this point, and just from that Shadow Claw damage, it took off like half of Lapras's health, so that was not bad at all. He switches in his Dragonair, but I have my Celio ready for this. This is a great matchup for Celio. However, if this Dragonair was running Dragon Pulse, it would actually threaten my shields a little bit more. Return is really not going to do that much damage. These body slams are definitely going to add up, and I'm able to get back-to-back body slams here. It looks like he was able to sneak in Dragon Breath in between, though. I'm still up a shield, and I want to maintain this shield advantage, so I don't commit a shield there. Dragonair is able to farm down a little bit more, which wasn't super good for me. But this is where Meganium is just going to go on a feeding frenzy here. Absolutely insane. I fully commit to farming that down. I still have a shield. There's Lapras. This Frenzy Plant is going to take it out. And let's see what he has in the back. It's a Skuntank. Because Meganium has Earthquake, I'm going to be able to one-shot this Skuntank. So Meganium just totally wipes out his team of 3 there. Absolutely incredible. Meganium is so bulky, Frenzy Plant is such an amazing move, and Vine Whip charges energy at a really good rate. So if you have not tried out Meganium yet and you're still not totally sold on what starter you want to use, definitely give it a try. It's pretty interesting. It can actually win the Dragonair matchup as well if you're able to land an Earthquake, successfully bait. Here's a Haunter matchup again. You can watch me play this horribly. I tried to get out of there to preserve my Haunter, but at this point I'm like, all right, this was a fail. I'm just gonna let this Haunter go because Dragonair absolutely shredded it. I bring in my own Dragonair and I get an insane amount of lag. Look how much damage was taken off of me when I stopped lagging, so that really sucked. Thank goodness this is just practice, because if that was a tournament, we definitely would have to replay that. There's a significant amount of lag. I just go straight for the Aqua Tail here, trying to either win out this matchup or draw a shield. So I am able to regain switch advantage, which is exactly what I wanted out of this. All I have left is Meganium, but he has Kingdra and Lapras, two things that are weak to Meganium. So let's see if Meganium can take out two full health Pokemon with just one shield. I get to another Frenzy Plant here because I do not want this Kingdra to get to an Outrage. Able to land it, and it leaves it with the perfect amount of health that I'm going to be able to farm up energy for the Lapras matchup, which is absolutely amazing. I have to shield that Outrage, obviously. I'm going to be able to get to this Frenzy Plant. This is going to be a Surf, which is not going to be enough to take me out. It is going to take me very low. I resist it. I'm able to get to this Frenzy Plant, but this is not going to be quite enough to knock out the Lapras. But then one Vine Whip takes it out. So Meganium just took out two full health Pokemon when we were even shields. Very impressive there. Again, Frenzy Plant is just such an amazing move, definitely. So let's see. I keep bringing in Haunter because I want to make like a Haunter feature video, but the only thing that's featured within this is Haunter getting wrecked pretty much every time. I switch into my Celio, which is a good counter to Dragonair, and he thinks about what he's going to bring in. He brings in his Ninetales, which is a decent answer to Celio, but again, because I have this energy advantage, I'm going to be able to throw a lot of body slams. Ninetales is one of the few fire types that actually has a good amount of bulk. Also, Sunny Cast Form, I've seen, has a lot of bulk and is a good option as a fire type as well. These Psyshocks are going to do a decent amount of damage. Celio is very bulky, so I let that one go through. I knew I would survive it. Ninetales does have a little bit of swag with the fact that it can get Solar Beam. If you're not running the Legacy Ninetales with Flamethrower, you can run Psyshock and Solar Beam to potentially one-shot these water types. Now at this point, I'm like, all right, I have a shield advantage. Maybe I'm going to be able to bring in Haunter to farm down some extra energy. But look how much damage those Fire Spins are doing to me. And this Psyshock would absolutely one-shot me. So Haunter pretty much just comes in and takes an insane amount of damage. Going for the charge move here, hoping to get a shield. I do get the last shield, which is really good. And it was debatable on whether or not I should have tried to go for a Shadow Ball there. But those Dragon Breaths do so much damage, I'm at least able to get to that Shadow Punch. I have Meganium in the back, and I'm up a shield. I'm going to let this return go through. I was hoping it'd be an Aqua Tail, but that's all right. Trying to fully farm down this Dragonair again, but it is doing a lot of damage to me. I'm going to be able to get so much energy from this scenario, though. And that one ended up being an Aqua Tail. He correctly baited me there. Very good play on his part. There's that Kingdra again, and Meganium loves this a whole lot. Frenzy Plant does about 80% damage there, like 75 to 80%, but it had enough energy for two Frenzy Plants, so absolutely amazing. If you can get an energy advantage with Meganium, you gotta watch out, man, because that Earthquake is gonna hit really hard. Frenzy Plant is an absolutely amazing move. So Meganium really pulling its weight there. Gonna lead Ice Fang Drapion again, hopefully able to catch a Skunk Tank or a Dragonair lead. We'll see what happens. So I do get the lead here. This is a great situation for Ice Fang Drapion. Those Ice Fangs are going to do so much damage. In comes that Ninetales, and I'm a little slow on this switch here. But I know I'm going to be able to get to this Aqua Tail. The Psyshocks are going to do a decent amount of damage, but it's definitely not going to like one-shot me or anything. So this is definitely going to be a Psyshock. I commit a shield. And this Dragon Breath is doing a lot of damage. Definitely don't want to burn both my shields here, because I know I'm going to be able to get to another Aqua Tail without this Ninetales feigning me out. And I fully commit to farming down. And again, because I'm running Dragon Pulse, I want to be able to get to this Dragon Pulse. If this lands, this is going to one-shot this Dragonair, which will be a huge play. It does go through, puts me at an insane advantage. So there's definitely a scenario there where Dragon Pulse really helped me out there. I bring in my Drapion because this is a favorable matchup against Skuntank. Again, the Ice Fang and the Aqua Tail both are going to be hitting for neutral, and because this Skuntank only has Crunch and Sludge Bomb, nothing for me to really worry about. Drapion's going to be able to have a party with this. Goes for Sludge Bomb, which is the correct play. It is the heavier hitting move. But here comes my Aqua Tail. Does a decent amount of damage. Drapion doesn't get stab on it, so it's not a very impressive amount of damage there. I'm going to let the Crunch go through. I have Meganium in the back, and I could have shielded that Drapion if I wanted to, but at this point I'm just like, let's bring in Meganium just to make it feel good about itself, and it's able to take out the Skuntank. So thank you all very much for watching. Let me know if you've been able to let Haunter work out for you. Definitely does not work for me because my Haunter has just atrocious PvP IVs. Let me know what you think of Meganium. I really like it as a starter. And as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.